All right, my friends, welcome to today's practice. Today we're just going to move and groove, and this is very much a wake-up style practice. I just woke up myself, and we're going to use this opportunity to get into the body and to clear out some space. So without anything else needing to be said, let's go ahead and get started in a tabletop position. As you crawl onto all fours, begin moving through some cat-cows to open up the spine. Follow the natural waves of energy. Spread out the fingertips, grip into your mat. Then maybe move with your breath. The inhales, drop the belly, pull the heart through, look up. The exhales, round. On the cow pose, feel your belly and abdominals stretching. And in the cat pose, when you push away, feel your back muscles stretching. It's really easy to go through the motions with yoga or for anything else. We tried our best to make it a conscious journey. All right, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, press your hips back. Create a little bit of space by walking out the legs a few times. Maybe you shift side to side. Allow your breath to get larger. If we're not breathing right, it's always a signal that something in our movement pattern or something in our posture could be changed to create more ease. Breath always comes first. And then pause in your down dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. 2 more, deep breath in. Exhale out. Last one, breath in. Exhale out. Tiptoe feet to the top of your mat. Gradually landing in a forward fold. I'm going to bend my knees enough to press the backs of my hands into the mat. Then wiggle the fingers around, stretch out the wrists. Once you've done that a few times, it might feel nice to ragdoll the arms and just bounce around. Bounce the torso up and down, rock side to side if you want. I love just the bouncing up and down motion with a bend in the knees, bringing a little weight toward the toes and the fronts of the feet. Just use this dynamic bounce to open up space in the backs of the legs. All right, again, I don't know about you, but I'm just waking up. It's 7 a.m. over here. And so all of these movements are geared toward when there has not been a lot of movement or when there's been a lot of stagnation. How do we begin to create these layers of space? All right, from here, relax down. Find a halfway lift. Extend through the spine, shoulder blades together. Stick the butt back. Take an inhale. Forward fold on your exhale. Hands up to the sky. Inhale, look up. Cactus the arms, lift the heart, exhale. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart this time. Inhale, hands up. Push the hips forward. Exhale, fold. Softness in your knees. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands up. Push hips forward. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands up. Push hips forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands down, step back to plank position. All right, so the reason I say push your hips forward when you reach the arms up is because any back bend, anytime we're doing any back bend, you can consider that it originates from the hips. So if the hips are not in extension, meaning if the hips are not pressing forward, then it's hard to really be in a back bend. And for me, when I reach the hands up into that Tadasana position or that Urdhva Hastasana position more specifically, I want it to be a back bend because it feels good. And because we're coming from these forward folding positions, which are again, forward bends. So I would rather my standing positions be back bends, such as that, because it evens things out. And we sit down all day and we're hunched over, but that allows us to create more space. But at this point, I know we've been in plank for a long time. So let's slowly lower down to the belly. Sometimes I like to drop the knees first to come down safely. And then come into your locust position. Float up off the mat. Float the arms, float the legs, and then breathe. Let this be an active space, but it's a calm space at the same time. Breathing here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Place hands and feet, rise up to plank. From plank, bend the knees and scoop the hips up for downward facing dog. You'll even notice in down dog, I bend my knees so that I have the capability to flick my tailbone up and create a little curve in my lumbar spine. It's almost like this down dog is a tiny back bend. It's because this creates more of a line of energy moving upwards, which is what down dog is all about, right? We don't want to just be in a kind of stiff position, right, with our tailbone tucked. At least for me, I want energy extending through the tailbone. I want one line of energy from the palms all the way up to the tailbone. And we're breathing. All right, now let's move and groove from here. So let's inhale, bend the knees and look forward. Exhale, walk or hop top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Hands up on the inhale, hips forward. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place hands down, step back to plank. Hold plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Lower down, prepare for locust pose. Rise up, reach the arms back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Rise up to plank. Scoop the hips up, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, rise to your toes, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Hands reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands reach up, push hips forward. Exhale, fold down. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, place the hands down, plank. Hold here, 10, 9, 8, 7. Push the ground away, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower to the belly on 1. Locust pose, hold here for 10, 9. I know locust pose isn't always the most fun, but this is where we create strength. 6, 5, 4. It's really good for your back muscles. 3, 2, on 1. Rise to plank. Bend the hips, bend the knees to scoop the hips up for down dog. All right, 2 more just like that. Inhale, bend knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Hands up on your inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Hands up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step back, plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower on 1. Locust pose, rise for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, rise up on 1. Bend knees, scoop hips up, downward facing dog. Okay, last one. Inhale, bend knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Hands up on your inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Hands up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Place both hands down, plank, step back. Hold here, 10, 9, 8, great resilience, 7, 6, 5, 4. I know these holds aren't easy. 3, 2. On 1, lower down, and then rise up, locust. But I'm having us hold this because I think those planks, chaturangas, up dogs, those part of the practices are often rushed through. So we intentionally slow them down to create more mindfulness, more meditation, more awareness, more suppleness. All right, so we'll be here for another 4, 3, 2, and then from locust, rise up to plank on 1. Down dog, hips up and back. From down dog, waste no time. Right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Step through for your low lunge. So step right foot all the way through. Drop your left knee down, flip the top of your left foot down, and reach the hands up. Let's take a few breaths here. All right, there's many variations. You could relax the arms down. You could bring palms to the back of your head. One variation I love is grabbing opposite elbows and having the back of the head very gently press into the forearms. This just helps me feel like I'm opening through my chest and shoulders and not just through my hips. Deep breaths. 2 more breaths. Bring your hands down. Pyramid variation. Tuck your toes under behind you, straighten both legs. This is like a long stance pyramid pose. If you had yoga blocks, this would be a great place to put yoga blocks under your hands. Or you could always shorten your stance however much you need. But let's all find somewhat of if you were looking at the screen, you probably noticed I was rotating my left hip forward and down to pull my right hip back. And that's just to help even out the layout of how the hips are oriented in space. Left hip forward, right hip pulls back. Right. Last breath here. Into warrior 3. So you can either shift forward, or what I did is I slid my right foot back to allow space to lean out into a balancing posture, warrior 3. I'm using hands at heart center now, but you can use any arm position, and I like to point the toes back because it feels energetically sound to me. A lot of people like flexing the toes down toward the ground. I like pointing the toes up most of the time. From here, rise up into a 1-legged Tadasana, or a stork pose, as some people call it. Hands up, left knee into chest. Figure 4 squat. Cross left ankle over right knee, and then squat as low as you're comfortable with. Breathe and embrace instabilities. Embrace instabilities. It's morning time, at least for me. Embrace instabilities. Lower to chair pose. Left foot right next to the right foot. Hands up for chair pose. Rise onto the toes. Sink all the way down to the heels. Toe stand into crow pose, Bakasana. Place the hands down. Lift knees onto triceps and then shift forward. And look, I know not all of us, maybe not even many of us could do crow pose. It's okay, just try. You could just lift the knees onto your triceps and stop there. And maybe try to float 1 foot. Maybe try to float 2 feet. Maybe no feet. All right, lower the feet down, forward fold. Right? It's not about whether the pose is perfect. It's not about the aesthetics. It's about the effort. It's about, did I try something that I couldn't do? That will unlock worlds of possibility in your life off the mat. And so just try stuff. And don't even worry about if the pose is completed or if it looks good. Just worry about if you try it or not. Worry about if you're present in your body or not. Okay, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Dancer's pose. Take a back stroke through your left hand. Grab onto your left foot. Right hand to the sky. Embrace the posture from there. Take a few breaths. Allow your left shoulder to keep rotating forward to prevent too much splaying open across the chest. A couple more breaths here. If you fall out of balance, just come right back into it. Slowly release. Both feet to the mat, and then inhale both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place the hands down, step back to plank. From plank, take 5 push-ups. You can do these with your knees down. So again, it's not about what does this look like from the outside. It's about what does this feel like from the inside. It's about, did I try? Once you've done 5 push-ups, drop your knees and forearms. So it's in this like baby child's pose. It's like this crouching ready position. And then from here, pull yourself. Use your biceps, use your pulling strength. Grip the mat, pull yourself through up dog or cobra pose into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Step the left foot through. Drop the right knee down, flip the top of the right foot down, reach the arms to the sky. Find your lunge. Take the variation that you did last time. For me, it's grabbing opposite elbows. Then leaning back a little bit and feeling my body open. And I'm not going to lie, this early in the morning, I face resistance to everything. Every kind of movement feels creaky. It feels a little uncomfortable, a little unstable, but that's why we do it. And I know the rest of the day I'm going to feel better because I'm doing this. All right, last breath. Pyramid variation. Hands down, pull the hips back. All right, again, feel free to shorten your stance. Feel free to use blocks under your hands. No worries. No worries. And then breathe. Warrior 3. Shift forward and float your right leg off of the mat. Find energy. It's always tempting in any balance to hold your breath, but resist that urge. One-legged Tadasana, right knee pulls into the chest, arms up. Figure 4, single-legged squat, cross right ankle over, and then sink into the posture. Embrace it. Feel all the corners of your left foot, also embracing it. Stay low, chair pose. Just drop the right foot next to the left, arms up. Feel the butt sticking back. I like to find a tiny back bend in the chair pose. Some people will say tuck your tailbone so that you can have a completely neutral. I like a tiny back bend especially in my lower back and chair, because it feels good, and because the rest of the day, when I'm sitting in a chair, my spine is rounding. I want to do things that I don't normally do. That's what yoga is for. We do things that we don't normally get to do, so that we find more equanimity in our being. All right, sink all the way down to toe stand. Stay there, or take Bakasana, crow pose, hands down. Lift knees onto triceps. Maybe try to float 1 foot, maybe 2 feet. It truly doesn't matter. If you're going for Bakasana or toe stand for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, forward fold. Drop your feet, relax down, shake it out. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Hands up, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Dancer's pose, backstroke through your right arm. Grab your right foot, dancer. Already, at least for me, I'm starting to feel better. I feel better than when I woke up already. Just from 15, 20 minutes of movement. What a blessing. What a blessing. All right, couple breaths here. Let it go. Let it go. From the top of the mat, hands up. Inhale, push the hips forward. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands down, plank. 0 to 5 push-ups, your choice. How many? Begin. Use this opportunity to build some strength, to build some fire, some heat, some energy. Drop knees and forearms. Ready position. And then pull yourself through up dog or cobra pose. Let it feel good. And then into down dog. All right, once again, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Step your right foot through for your Anjane Asana low lunge position, arms up. Take your variation, maybe grab your opposite elbows. Take a couple breaths. Slow is strong. It's easy to move fast through these poses because then we don't have to hold them. It's easy to go fast. It's harder to go slow. Going slow means you're strong. I truly believe that. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands down, pyramid variation. Pull hips back, deep hamstring stretch. You can do this with your right toes down, or you can flex the toes back toward your shin. Warrior 3. Balance, embrace it, float away from the earth. Right into figure 4. Pull the left knee in, cross left ankle over right knee, sink a little bit lower in your one-legged squat, embrace the challenge. Chair pose, stay low, arms up. Toe stand, stay there, or Bakasana, crow pose. Stay where you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, forward fold. This time round your spine until you're standing. Reach the arms up, push the hips forward, engage the glutes a little bit, reach back, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Backstroke through your left arm, dancer's pose, let's get it. Dancer's pose, one more time. Release. Left foot down, hands up, both of them, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands down, plank. 0 to 5 push-ups, go. From here, Vinyasa. I'm going to take the same variation, drop knees and forearms, and then pull the self through for up dog. And then release the hips up and back, down dog. All right, last round, left leg up. Left leg steps through. Drop the right knee down. Reach the arms up. Take your variation of your lunge. Feel the hips, creating a little bit more ease and openness. Sit into the lunge. Make yourself at home here. 1 or 2 more breaths. Pyramid pose. Feel the energy that you're creating in the back of the left leg. Breathe into it. If it feels too intense, you know the options to create a little more ease. Bend the knee, shorten the stance, or grab blocks. Warrior 3. Float on your left leg. Stay long through the spine. Just like we did all those locust poses at the beginning of class, it's really the same energy in Warrior 3 in the spine. It's a subtle extension coming from strength. It's not a back bend, it's just extension. Figure 4. Right knee pulls in, right ankle crosses over, sink low. Chair pose. Land. Toe stand or Bakasana, crow position. Embrace the challenge for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, forward fold, and then immediately round the spine as you roll up to standing, and then right arm backstrokes connects with right foot, dancer's pose again. Go ahead and open into your dancer. Release, both feet down, both hands up. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back. 0 to 10 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop knees and forearms. Pull yourself through up dog or cobra pose. Release back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in down dog. Come back to center. And then come to a seat. Sit however you want. I like to sit on my shins personally. Sit up tall. Relax the arms down. Close the eyes. Roll the neck around several times. Do this naturally. That's what the morning time is all about. It's about how can I connect to my natural rhythms as a human being? How do I move in a way that doesn't really need to replicate a yoga pose, but how would my body like to move if there was no rules or regulations? For me, I would roll my neck around. I do this every day, especially either in the morning or before bed, or if I have a 2-minute break. I'm a photographer as well, so I'm always editing photos, and one thing is my neck and shoulders get so tight. I have to remind myself, take a minute, loosen it up, create some ease. Right, take another few breaths. Any movement through the neck, even through the shoulders. Come back through center. Bring the hands into a prayer position. Close the eyes. Let's take a deep breath in. Sip in a little more air. Open the mouth, exhale. Deep breath in. Sip in a little more air. Open the mouth, exhale. Deep breath in. Sip in a little more air. Open the mouth, exhale. Deep breath in. Sip in more air. Exhale. My friends, thank you for joining me. I bow to you. I recommend you maybe take another practice, or you go for a walk, or you take a shavasana, or if you need to go ahead and move through your day, go ahead and move through your day. Do what you gotta do. I'm just happy that we got to spend a little bit of time, creating some natural energy to start the day. So with that being said, much love, much peace. Hope to see you soon. And until then, keep it nice and peaceful.